Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome, all of you, to episode 274
Yes.
of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, joined by the greatest co-host in all this wide galaxy. The one, the only.
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are tuning in from.
Yep. Hi. And we're still not live.
No.
Third week in a row. First time ever.
Yeah.
We've been not live 3 weeks in a row.
But we're giving you great content. So that's all that matters.
We had a great interview with Lex Tan. And we had our Canada Day special with Greg
and Carla.
And we're just going to keep the hits rolling tonight, everybody.
Yes.
Let's bring in our guest. Let's bring in our guest right away.
Yes, let's do it.
Because then we can just start talking. So our guest today, she's been on the show before.
Yes, she has.
More than once? Or just once?
Once, I think.
One time.
Could be wrong.
She's a pageant director.
She's a pageant stylist.
Pageant queen.
Yes, pageant photographer. And she's just a great person overall. She's one of my closest friends, and she's all the way across the pond. Let's bring her on, Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm sit-down welcome to Dani Latimer.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Is there any area in pageantry I don't think I've capitalised on? I only just realised when you listed that on.
I mean, it works. It works for you. Like, everyone knows that you can get your photo shoots done at the same time as being styled by you. All you need to do is hair and makeup, and we're good.
I like it.
And then I poached you for my pageant.
And there you go.
Every angle is covered.
Exactly.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying up late. It's 5 hours ahead of
Yes,
us?
they are.
So thank you. And we're pre-taping this, so it's evening time for us. But
It's almost midnight for her.
It's even more evening for her. That's right. So thank you for that.
Of course. Anything for you guys.
Well, it has been a long time since we've seen you on the pageant, on the wrong show, on the Sit Down.
Or she's been on the pageant Sit Down too, right?
She has been,
So
yes.
both. So,
It's been a while since you've been on both of our shows. How is everything?
Really busy. I think before we went on air, I mentioned how I'm, running like 7 Instagram accounts. So I'm really kind of grafting, let's just say. Obviously, queen life is very different to director life. And you just don't realise until you take on a directorship how much is involved. And I've been truly humbled in the past few months and have a whole new appreciation for my former directors. So it's been busy just trying to, create those opportunities and create lifelong memories for the girls.
I love that. And you've also been behind the scenes, not just with your own pageant, but also doing photo shoots and being the main photographer for some prestigious pageants in the UK. I know this weekend you are also very busy. How's the photography life treating you?
Oh my goodness, it is amazing. Honestly, I feel like I have the best job in the world. So I'm the official photographer for Miss Universe Great Britain, which is this weekend.
Cool.
So excited about it. I think when this goes out, we will already have the new Miss Universe Great Britain, who will be representing our British Isles at Miss Universe, which is very exciting. I have a couple of clients competing that I've styled also, but I'll be photographing that. And prior to this weekend, a few weeks back, I had a photo shoot with all 40 of these ladies in one day, in one sitting. I shot 40 women back to back, and then having to turn out those galleries, get their choices in, and edit those photos within a week. So it was a challenge, and I'm really happy with the outcome. I love the photos. We went for something a little bit kind of moodier this year, nice grey background, chunky gold jewellery. It was a little bit more stylised this year, so we had a lot of fun with it. And so it's kind of taken off, I'm not gonna lie.
I love that for you. I'm so happy for you. I remember when you were first looking at a home, you were looking for a place where you could have a studio, and you now have that. So it must make it a little bit easier, maybe?
It does, yes. So my front room, my living room, I don't know what you guys call it, living room? Yeah,
Living room,
I turned that into my studio. So where I'm actually sitting is my makeshift living room, which we call the snug.
Ooh, snug.
This is actually a dining room that I've converted into a little, lounge area. But I'm actually redoing my garage. What do you call it? Do you guys call it a garage?
We say garage, yeah.
Garage.
I like your way of saying it.
I prefer garage, to be honest, but
No, you have to say it with an accent. Or it doesn't sound as good.
Garage. And so we're redoing the roof on that, so eventually that will become my studio, and I will claim my living room back.
I love that.
It's like at my place, so we have a condo, but we have no dining room table, because the dining area has become, where I hang my backdrops and I can shoot videos and stuff there. So it's, we
got to do what you got.
Yeah. We eat on the couch most of the time anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Do people even use a dining room?
Yeah.
I don't.
Not in this day and age. I think it's nice if you've got the space, but when you work from home or you do something creative, you want to utilize that space for your work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
For sure.
Just asking you about the photo shoot you did with all 40 people. I was curious, how do you approach, obviously, it's one thing to do a photo shoot with one person where you can kind of, take more time with everything. Like, how does your approach differ when you have to get through this high number of people but still get that great result?
Obviously, I have to watch the clock, and I give, I think, maximum 100 frames per girl, and I can shoot really quickly. So it's being mindful of the time, also being fair with each girl. So kind of being present, helping them with their poses as well. So there is a diverse range of poses for them to select. You don't have that time to kind of make them feel comfortable. You kind of just have to just throw them in at the deep end and then try and make them feel comfortable with your personality and reassurance that they're doing a great job. I actually put a mirror behind me when I'm shooting so the girls can see themselves. Which is a really neat trick, which I think all photographers should do if you're doing portrait work or even fashion work, if you can get a mirror behind you, because then that helps them see if there's a hair out of place or,
bad angle,
something's not straight. Usually I can point it out straight away. I've got a keen eye for detail, and I can tell them when there's something that's not quite right. But it just, that helps as well if they can see themselves.
That's a really good idea.
Gets it done really quickly. Yeah,
because I've done a few number of photo shoots, but there's always like, you take the picture and then you show it to the person, and then they can see, oh shoot, I got it, But like
he's talking about me.
Then you have to go back with
this one.
Yeah, he needs one.
Yeah, but the mirror in behind is that kind of cuts that whole part out. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, I would always suggest if you have a well set up studio, if you can have a screen and tether the images live every time you shoot, and then have the screen facing the model so they can see themselves in 2D
rather than you having to show them.
If you can do that, if you have the means to do that. But I had 40 girls, there was no going backwards and forwards with them. It was just kind of get the frames and next girl. And I think part of the challenge was having the next girl ready, because there wasn't many of us was, I mean, Paula unfortunately was on a holiday at that time. There was like a clash of schedules and with the studio, and so unfortunately Paula wasn't able to be there, who's the director of Miss Universe Great Britain. So it was just me and Jess, who's the current Miss Universe Great Britain, and her mum that were kind of orchestrating it all. So, and of course, this was the first time the girls got to meet each other in person, which obviously they want to make those all important, you know, bonds. And they're all chatting away, and you have to remind them, okay, right, guys, you need to really be mindful of who's next, because I don't want to have to be shouting and be like, come on, who's next? Like, just be ready to step in, and then be ready to step in front of that camera as well. Don't just look at finally get in front of the camera and go, oh, I haven't got lipstick on, or I haven't got, you know, we haven't got time to be messing around. You need to get in there, be professional, get the shot and get out.
For sure. So how was it being a director? Because Miss Earth Wales, your second year just happened. Congratulations. How has that life been like?
The scale this year, we wanted to level up. The first year was a little bit of a rush. It was a beautiful rush, and what we produced was amazing, and the atmosphere was so beautiful and just a really safe space. But we kind of wanted to level up and get a little bit grander, so we eventually took it to a theatre. We did hold it in a stately home, like a manor house, the first year, which was absolutely stunning backdrop for the photos, and it was very grand. But you know, those ballrooms are only so big to fit an audience in, so we did level up. We had more contestants, which is amazing to see it grow. We also did a lot more with the finalists in the run-up. We made it a full weekend instead of just a day. So we did photo shoots. We had, you know, welcome drinks. We had a dinner. Had really great feedback from the girls. We've had quite a few applications for next year, which is very exciting. So full preparations are underway for 2025.
That's so exciting. So are you gonna go to Miss Earth this year with your queen?
I will be there. So
that's good.
I can't confirm when and where.
Of course.
There's a few rumors circulating, but I will be there for the entire duration. So we're really excited about that. And my title holder, oh my goodness, I always say she was born for this job. She has been an advocate for the planet ever since a very, very young age. I think I posted a photo today of her when she was 8, and she went to go and see a site where they have puffins. Puffins are quite an endangered species seabird, and so she's had a fascination of our wildlife from a very young age and wanting to protect that. So she is a dream to work with, so professional. You know, it doesn't need to be said, but she's absolutely gorgeous. The delight to work with so far, and I'm so excited for her journey. I know she's going to absolutely smash it out of the park at Miss Earth.
Fantastic. Puffins are like, they kind of look like penguins, right? They're kind of like penguin looking.
Chubbier.
Yeah. Oh, they're chubbier?
They're small. They're really small. And
they're cute.
Fun fact about puffins, during the mating season, their beaks go like bright orange. But
they're not always orange? Oh,
they're not always orange, no. In the winter, they go to a grey.
Cute.
Wow.
How cool is that?
So that one's in mating season. How interesting. So they go grey. So I guess it's like how orange your beak is like a sign of like how available you are.
How ready you are
it must,
to mingle.
There's got to be something in there for, you know,
their hormones. Yeah.
Can they fly? Do puffins fly?
They can fly, yes.
Oh, they can.
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't think they're the strongest of flyers, but they can fly.
Yeah, they're not like penguins don't, like no penguins fly, right?
No.
They dance. They have happy feet.
Yeah. Because I remember
you should reference happy feet.
No, I said penguins. Yeah, I said penguins have happy feet. Like the movie.
None of them fly, though.
No.
They can slide. They slide.
Yeah, they can slide.
Are puffins
slide
winter?
To the DMs instead.
Yeah.
With their orange
Wow.
What was your question, Scott?
It was probably related to puffins. Are they winter animals?
So we have a couple of little islands off the coast, off the Welsh coastline, and Skoma Island in particular. They congregate there during mating season. So around May, June, and beginning of July, they're there. But then they're Atlantic puffins, so they then go off. And I don't know where they actually go to, but I know that they come here for mating season. You probably won't realise it was a puffin elsewhere, because you'd be like, that's not a puffin, they've not got a colourful beak.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'll be in the East Coast, and I just searched Google. I searched on Google, and it said that puffins are in the East Coast of Canada. So
they kind of go between.
I'll send a photo. I'll let you know if they're orange or gray.
If they're in the mood or not. Oh, how exciting.
If they're huffing and puffing.
Huffing and puffing. That's why they're called that, actually.
Definitely. That's exactly why they're called that.
Oh, can I just say, on the way here, so
He's huffing and puffing.
Well, no. So we're recording this in the evening.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Normally we do it at 11 a.m.
On
in
a
the
Sunday.
morning. So like I get a Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the road at like 9:30.
Yep.
And it's like the only time of the whole day in Toronto where like there isn't traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So I always kind of forget. Like, so I'm driving up town at like 5 p.m. It's the middle of rush hour. But I got off the highway and I was driving north, and like I know there's tons of construction like this time of year. Like it's basically like the winter destroys the roads, and then summer it's just they're rebuilding it all year round. So that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in traffic and I'm like, oh, this is annoying, but you know, traffic, construction, and I could see like they have the big orange sign with the black arrow being like, oh, this lane is a lane reduction. It's like, so like there's 2 lanes, but the right lane is closed.
No, it's 1. Yep.
So I can see that sign.
You're screaming, by the way.
I'm getting hyped.
He's huffing and puffing.
Huffing and puffing. But so I get close to the sign, right? And I'm like, okay, finally, like once we finally get like all these 2 lanes merged, it's gonna be fine. We get to the sign, it merges, and then as soon as I pass the sign, you can get over again.
So it's just like a little divot.
It was literally the only thing blocking the lane was the sign telling you that the lane was blocked. They didn't need that there. That sign didn't need to be there.
No.
There's nothing there. Someone forgot to take that away.
Yeah.
110%.
So it means they were working there earlier at some point. Mm-hmm. So like we're all backed up all the way down the road just for a sign to tell us that this lane is blocked, and then it's only the sign blocking the lane.
That's funny.
There's probably a guy sitting in a van that should have been taking those cones up that's eating a sandwich on his break.
Yeah.
And he's laughing at everyone.
I know. Rush hour traffic.
What is it like in Wales, Dani?
Oh, there's not really much. Well, not where I live. The only time there's ever, traffic is if you're stuck behind a tractor or a load of sheep, really. But
Not a
it's a little bit
Yeah.
different. I suppose there is some traffic. You know what? If Wales is playing in the rugby, then there'll be some traffic there or road closures. But I've lived in London the majority of my life. Nothing compares to the type of traffic and road rage that you will feel in London. So I don't mind.
I believe that.
If I'm stuck behind a little lamb.
I mean, it's like it's the cutest traffic you can be in, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you have
It's
to
like
look
a
at
little
it.
safari on the way to work. I go
What a
through the country
safari.
lanes on my
love
way
that.
to work. It's a little bit. There's a few like U-bends are a little bit hairy, but yeah, nothing to cry
Nothing to
about
complain
really
about,
in terms of the traffic here.
That's good. Toronto's getting worse every year. It's getting worse every year.
Yeah, I've heard about the Toronto traffic.
Yeah.
Tell you where the worst place I've been for traffic, Beijing.
I would say Philippines has
Oh.
terrible traffic.
Yeah, Manila was
Has the
awful. You
worst.
have to plan like a couple of hours ahead with traffic.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna say Manila, and then you said Beijing. I was like, oh.
Beijing was worse, and it had smog everywhere as well. So you're stuck in traffic, you can barely see out the windows.
Oh, yucky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what's funny? Dani's been to Philippines and you haven't.
Yeah. No, I haven't been there, and she's saying it because
need
I'm half
to go.
Filipino, so yeah.
Yeah, you need to go.
Yeah, I do want to actually. I really want to. One day I'll get out there.
One day. He says that.
You'll have to come when Miss Earth is held out there. You'll have to come out.
Oh,
That'll be cool.
yeah, I'd like that.
That'll be cool.
Except for the traffic.
You just gotta plan ahead.
Yeah, I'll plan it.
So, Dani's been on Netflix. Have you? There was no segue to that.
I have to think. I'm not sure. Tell us about your Netflix appearance.
Okay,
Great.
so
It was great.
this is a little time ago now.
It was.
So I appeared on a show called Cheat, and it's difficult to kind of refer it to anything. Essentially, you have to figure out who's lying. There is four
cheeks or cheats?
Cheat.
Cheat.
With a
Is it
T
like
on the end.
cheetah?
Like a cheater.
Cheater. Okay, gotcha.
Like a cheetah.
I thought you said
Cheetah.
cheeks like that. Okay, got it. Okay, so you're trying to figure out who the liar is, okay?
Who you're trying to figure out who the liar is, essentially. It starts off with 4 contestants, and on your podium you have 2 buttons in front of you. You have a big red button, which is, on show, and that's your accusation button. So if you think someone is lying, if you think that they've pressed the cheat button, you can accuse them of cheating. And then you have a cheat button, which is hidden, and your hands are constantly hovering over it, and your hands are hidden. And if they ask you a question, you don't know the answer to it, you can choose to cheat, and you have a screen in front of you that will flash up the answer, the correct answer. So you can either try and guess it and get it wrong and lose money, or cheat and get it right, add money to the pot, but you're setting yourself up to be called out, as a cheater by the others. And the aim of the game is to be the best cheat hunter. So not to big myself up, but I won best cheat hunter in every round. And I put that down to, I think I'm really good at reading people.
You are.
I don't know where I get this skill from, but I'm pretty good at knowing someone's intentions, or reading the aura, or seeing those little tells when people are lying, the little shifts, and my tactic was to watch them in person, because you have a massive screen in front of you and you can choose to watch that, or I was literally just staring at them, like,
because then you can see where their eyes are going, because if they're looking at the screen, to
see if their demeanor changes, or if they're trying to double bluff, because I can tell when someone's like double bluffing. But basically I got best cheat hunter, and then whoever gets that in each round has the power to eliminate players from the game. So I basically got to pick who I went into the final with, and unfortunately I got a little bit too confident.
Just a little.
So I don't want to ruin the show for anyone that might want to watch it. I got a little bit too confident at the end. I was very much humbled.
There you go.
Have you watched it?
I did.
It's on Canadian Netflix?
Mm-hmm. I told you.
I forgot, probably.
It's one of those shows on Netflix that it's kind of, because you don't really know about it, it's if you stumble across it, then it can get a little bit addictive, and then you end up just binging a little. Yeah. Once you get the concept.
That's what I did. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna watch it. I want to see your episode.
You should. It's a good episode.
It was really good fun to film, and I remember on the last question, the whole studio audience gasped.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you should watch it.
I will.
Have you heard of Traders?
I have, and I love the Traitors. I actually really want to go on the show. I've applied.
You need to go on this show.
I applied.
Oh my god, no, because I've been watching, I watched all the Traders. UK season. Yes, UK season 2 is the best Traders of all of the franchises, and I literally talked to my husband about it. I'm like, Dani needs to be on Traders. He needs to be on Traders.
I've heard back. I have been in talks. I think they're filming now, because every year I apply, and
you need to be on it.
Something comes up or a clash of schedule, but I really want to get on that show, and I don't want to be a traitor. I want to be a faithful. For those that
I can see you totally finding the Traders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Traders?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now we've got to explain what the traitors is.
So traitors is basically like a murder mystery.
Traitors.
So there's multiple traitors.
Okay.
But they're pretending to be the faithfuls. But the faithfuls are trying to figure out who the traitors are.
And someone got murdered?
They murder you throughout the evenings.
Is it kind of like real life Among Us?
Kinda.
Yes, it's real life Among Us.
And you like Among Us.
Every other night they eliminate someone from the game, and then the in-between nights they have a round table where they discuss like people's shifty behavior, what's suspicious, and then they have to vote out at each round table someone. And then once the vote's been taken in, and that person then has to step up and say whether they were a faithful or a traitor. So it's kind of
like Survivor.
You know, yeah, you've got to fight for your life in that thing. And it's in season 2, they had
wild.
One person in particular who was excellent at it. I don't think I could be a traitor. I don't think I could lie. I could try, but I would probably get sniffed out so easy.
I think you'd be a great faithful in finding the traitors. But you just can't tell people that you were on cheat and that you did a great job on that. You can't tell them that.
Unless you can use that to your advantage.
Or I could use it for my advantage. Just to say, look, I've got a proven track record.
True.
So listen to me.
Very true.
But then I could be completely wrong about someone.
And then they'll be like, she's a traitor.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a traitor.
Sometimes those shows, you're best off just flying under the radar for the first week, and then coming out of nowhere towards the end. Just like Big Brother or some of those other shows where you kind of want to lay low in the beginning and then come out into full attack at the end.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just stay out of the focus, and everybody will focus on somebody else.
I don't think you'd be good at traitors, though.
I was okay at Among Us.
I don't think you'd be good at it. I'm sorry. There's the Traitors Canada.
Really?
But I don't see
Scott
a bad
being faithful or a bad traitor.
I think both.
Just bad.
I think no, because I feel like if he was a traitor, his demeanor would definitely change. You're not a good liar.
Yeah, I don't think I am a very good liar.
You're not a good liar. And then if you were trying to figure out who the traitor was and then you got it wrong, you take a really hard hit of trying to eliminate people.
I'm an okay liar if I have time to plan it.
But you don't. No, you have to think on your feet.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because in order for me to tell a good lie, I have to think all the details through. Like, for example, sometimes like I remember one time my brother, I can't remember what it was for, but he told me to we were going to be seeing some people, and he was like, if they ask you about this, just tell them we did this. It was maybe just to hide somebody's surprise party or something. And I was being he was like, let's say he was like, tell them we were at a movie, right? And then I was like, okay, what movie? And he's like, it doesn't matter what movie. I was like, I need to know what movie, because if they ask me, I need to be able to, in my head, see myself going there, and what did we eat, and all that stuff.
But see, you can't do that.
What time was the showing? You know,
right? What theater did we go to? How much popcorn did we get?
But it needs to be a movie you've seen as well recently, because they might ask you questions about it.
So what'd you think of this part? And you'll be like, oh crap, I didn't watch it.
Imagine if they turn around and said, oh my god, yeah, I saw that movie. Oh my god, that ending. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, that ending. And then they'd suss you out.
Didn't like it, actually. Didn't like it.
They would totally. Yeah, you're not going to be good on traitors.
Which part didn't you like? Just all. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Perfect. That's a good. Yeah. So boring.
You'd not be good on traitors.
Yeah.
Maybe Amazing Race, but not traitors.
I would be curious how I would do on Amazing Race. I like in my head the idea. I think I'd be good at it, but it'd be interesting to see it put to a test.
But not traitors. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you think? Do you think your photography helped you be good at reading people, or do you think your ability to read people maybe helps your photography because you can pull their emotions? Which do you think came first?
I think my ability to read people came first, and I think that helps with my photography because I can see when someone needs that extra bit of encouragement, or I can see when they're uncomfortable, and I can try and remedy that with, you know, my use of language or my energy, or if someone's tired, I can try and lift them up to bring energy, because I can see what's coming through on the camera, so I can try and, you know, alter that with my energy, what I bring to it. So you've got to be able to address the situation. I think there's some photographers that just shoot and then it is what it is, whereas you have the ability to kind of mold and get the shot that you want with, you know, using your energy. I think it's all about energy at the end of the day. I think you can tell when someone's starting to drift off, or I think in the case of the traitors, they go around and they try and plant seeds, and you notice that they'll go off to a quiet corner with one person, plant a seed, and then it will come out later, and I think I'll be able to see when someone's like sowing those seeds. I think it's something that's always kind of been with me. I think, you know where it stems from? My sister's got Down syndrome, and so she's not the most verbal. And so in order to see if there's an issue or, you know, what she's thinking, I always have to be like 2 steps ahead. So it's kind of watching her body language, because that's how she expresses herself more than through words. So I think that's probably, being around that for like the entirety of my life really helps me read people better.
That's a good point. That's a good question.
You know, I brought the 2 worlds together.
That's,
you know.
And I
cool.
think with pageantry as well, it's moving art, and it's an energy that you bring to the stage. You want to be fierce, but you don't want to be too aggressive. You want to be soft, but you want to be memorable. You know, so it's tapping into that energy, which is a skill.
Do you miss being on stage?
No.
Really?
I don't. I love watching it, and I love being able to create that stage, seeing the girls glow on stage. But for me personally, I don't, because when Miss Universe upped the age limit, I had 8 people within 30 minutes of the announcement message me, so you're going to do Miss Universe Great Britain, right? And I was like, who's going to take the photos? But no, I think I'm very content with my journey as a competitor. I can put that to bed because I've achieved my ultimate goal, which was to be Miss Galaxy International. So I'm happy to end on a high and, you know, just glow through the other girls that are glowing and stepping into their light. So no, there's no urge to step back on stage at all. I don't miss it at all.
Aww.
She's had that chapter, and now that the page has turned.
100%. I feel that a lot of the girls that I work with, they're all like, oh, do you miss the stage? Are you gonna go back to Galaxy? Are you gonna do Miss Universe? Are you gonna? I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't say no, I just say I don't know yet.
So for you, that the page has turned, but you've kind of got a little bookmark in there.
Yes,
and you just
exactly. You're so metaphorical today, Scott.
I mean,
you know,
I think it's when you take on a directorship. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I know there's loads of directors out there that still compete, that are still smashing it. But I personally feel that I could not dedicate the time to put on an incredible experience for the girls while focusing on my own journey. I wouldn't be able to, because when I'm competing, I put my everything into it. And there are sacrifices you have to make in your life in order to, you know, compete in a pageant. I mean, not everyone has to do that. You can just go in it for the sake of doing it. But when I do something, I go in it to win it, you know, because you invest a lot of time, money, effort, blood, sweat and tears into it. Not to mention air miles or miles up and down the nation. So if you're going to go into something, you want to go in and win, and you want to dedicate that. I definitely wouldn't be able to dedicate that time and be able to create a brand that is, you know, that is a pageant in itself, as well as doing all the other things that I do as well. Like, I just wouldn't be able to jump.
100%.
And it's a completely different headspace too, right? It's like when you're worrying about being on stage, you're kind of creating that whole aura about yourself, I guess. But then you got to turn around and then like, it's like it's
think about
not,
others and think about the girls, and I couldn't focus on the girls and on myself.
Fair.
We don't have to be one or the other, and I've focused on myself for too many years, and I'm very happy to not be, you know, driving up and down the country doing appearances, and I am going to their appearances and their events, which is amazing, but I don't feel the need to have to be at everything all the time now, since handing over. As a queen, I just wanted to make the most of the year and be everywhere and do everything, but it's nice to be able to step back and kind of focus on the girls and make sure they have the best experience ever, because that's what I want to provide. I want them all to walk away and go, you know what, I had the time of my life. I gained so much out of it. I gained life skills, I gained a portfolio.
It's awesome. Is there anything about once you became a director that like something that maybe you have to deal with all the time that you didn't expect you'd have to deal with, or is there something that I didn't realize that there was going to be like, I don't know. Was there anything like that, or was it more or less what you expected it to be, or what? I don't
know what I really expected. I think I expected a lot more questions from the girls, and to be fair, they did get a rather large finalist pack that has pretty much everything in it. It is the most detailed. I mean, I've received quite a few finalist packs in my time, so it's an accumulation of all the different pageants that I've competed in and all that information, and more so I go more into depth of obviously with styling, and like show reference photos in there of kind of what's expected, and there was never really many questions about how the weekend was going to go down, because that was all covered.
That's good though.
But I think one thing you can never be prepared for is backlash or negativity afterwards. Not that we had any negativity towards our winners, no backlash on our queens. I think it's more a case of disappointed friends and family, and the girls, and it's usually the girls that had the best time, but it's their families being upset on their behalf, because they feel, especially the older generation, I feel they felt that the queens, they're better than, how are those girls better than my girl? It's not a case of being better, it's a case of, you know, it's very subjective, and it's the judges have a criteria they're looking to, and it's, I always say, different day, different judges, different girl. You know, it doesn't make that person better than you. It just is the results on the day, unfortunately. You know, if you come back, it could be completely different the next time.
It's true.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, nothing prepared to that, because my heart breaks, because I've been the girl that's come dead last. I've been the girl that's come runner-up. I've, you know, experienced winning as well, and, you know, people tainting that experience for me when I've won. You know, I've been on all ends of the spectrum, and I just want everyone to win, and so it is really tough, and I get really emotional when the girls do their walks, because I've been with them from the very beginning, from like the day they put their application, it's like their first ever pageant, and doing an interview call with them, and, you know, seeing the nerves, they're not sure what they're getting into, and just seeing them flourish throughout the entire process, and it's like my little babies, and they're just kind of spreading their wings and off they go afterwards. It's quite a sad moment, but a really beautiful one.
I love that for you, especially because like I remember, well, Dani and I actually met through our journeys in Galaxy, and being able to see you go from winning your title and the things that you did with your title. And then I remember you being like, I want to do Miss Earth Wales, like I want to do directorship. I'm like, wait, what? And like I remember hearing the stories of getting things going, and so when I saw the numbers this year, I was like, yes girl, get it. And I love being able to see that.
I want it to grow, but I don't want it to grow too much. I still want it to feel intimate, in the sense that I want the girls, I don't want there to be like a load of girls, like say 60 girls or something, because there's pageants that have like in excess of that, and I think that's too much because you can't bond with every single girl. Like there might be a girl that you might not have ever spoken to throughout this journey. So I don't want there to be too many. Obviously you want the numbers and you want to have a solid competition, but I'd say like 20 is like my sweet spot with numbers, because I think that's enough for everyone to get to know each other without, you know, feeling like they don't really know someone that competed, and for all them each to individually shine and their personalities to come through, because when it's just a ton of girls, it just feels like they're a number and not actually valued for who they are and what they bring to the competition.
It's a good point.
Sounds like you're kind of like an ideal person to be in that position. It sounds like. Well, it's just because it sounds it sounds like, for starters, I guess you're able to, because you've been on the other side of it, right? You're kind of able to craft what the experience is like. What would you have wanted your experience to be like, right?
Yeah, and I've taken all of my favorite parts of all that I've experienced over the years. So for example, providing a Queen's retreat was something that I really wanted to do after my Queen's retreat at Galaxy, because honestly that was a really magical experience to kind of finish my year as Miss Galaxy and spend that quality time bonding with my sister queens that you know, we're from all around the world. Like obviously Chahat was from India, you know, Alma is from Texas, and obviously me and Mia are in the same country in Wales, so you know we were really sick of each other by the time we got there, but actually me and Mia really bonded while we were there. Like we, you know, even then we've got to spend true quality time, and it was just, it's a nice relaxation. And I said that's definitely something that I want to do, just to say thank you to my queens, and just finish off the year on a really beautiful note. And it makes it extra bit more sad at handover as well, because you just feel like, oh, we finally got to know each other like more in depth. And so I definitely took that element. There are things that I've experienced in pageantry that I would not want in my pageant. Like I've been to pageants that have been held in nightclubs where there've been, you know, drunken people. Yeah, and that's not the atmosphere. I want it to be a safe space for my contestants. So I've learned a lot over the years, and I've basically everything that I've taken away over the past 15 years I just applied to this. I wanted to create something that I would compete in.
I love that.
Fantastic. Yeah, because like I guess we've both emceed quite a few pageants, and like I'm not going to name any of them, but like you can see from sometimes it's like, you know, it's some of them are just straight up, oh, they're just trying to make as much money as they possibly can. And so, and there's not really any thought given in terms of like, what's the actual experience of the person. That's number one for me. Like I've come to terms, there's no way I'm not making money from this. This is a passion project. Like I put blood, sweat and tears. And sometimes when you have like an issue or something that happens or someone's upset, sometimes I feel like saying, look, I put my everything into this and I get no financial gain. If anything, you put yourself in financial strain in order to provide this incredible experience, to provide, you know, the girls with images and skills. And, you know, I did free walking training with the contestants. We did workshops on makeup, workshops on styling. These were all, you know, free for my contestants to do. So I wanted to provide that when they stepped on that stage, particularly those that are new to the pageant industry, they felt equipped and they felt ready and they felt that they had their hand held for this process. Because I mean, most pageants, if anything, all pageants, they take your application, they give you a finalist sash, and you just rock up and you do it. You don't get told like, you know, this is how you need to walk. This is probably, you know, the styling that is required. And then you have to learn it the hard way. Whereas I kind of gave the girls a crash course in how to be on their game, all of them. So it levels out the playing field. So, you know, you'll have the veterans that come in that know exactly what they're doing.
And then you get a newbie that then feels that they're out of their depth because they'll look at the guys that have done it a few times and gone, oh gosh. Whereas the girls that were new, I had quite a lot of, you know, girls where it was their first ever pageant. They felt, yeah, I got this. You know, that's the best feeling, that they've got that confidence.
I love that. So Dani, if people are watching from Wales and are interested in being the next Miss Earth Wales, where can they find more information?
You can find more information on our website. It is www.missearthwales.co.uk. We also have Instagram. We have TikTok, although granted, I don't post much on the TikTok because I'm not down with the kids. I might have to get Grace to do that. She's 18, so she's going to be well versed in that. We also have Facebook. I'm trying to think if there's any other social media platforms. We're pretty much on it all. And if you have any questions, you know, I'm on @director Dani Latimer, and you can ping me a message there if you've got any concerns. I'm always on my phone, so I will respond probably within minutes.
It's true.
We'll put the links in the description. All the links are down below.
Yes.
To get all of
there
them.
you go.
Yeah, we'll get all of those afterwards.
Ad break?
Oh, yeah. I guess we should do the ads. Everybody, today's episode of The Sit Down is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. They make this show possible. So why don't we meet them, Regine?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, starting with Jeanette McKenzie. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at jmckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham, they do custom-made jewelry, repairs, custom laser engraving, Regine, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever, an incredible artist. If you need something custom, you have a vision for something made, or you want him to design something, or you need something repaired.
Or cleaned.
Anything jewelry related, he's your man. And we have a great deal worked out with him, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do. If you go in and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15%, 15% off. Mention the show. Get a great deal. Follow them on TikTok and Instagram. He posts a lot of cool behind-the-scenes videos, stuff he's made, little tips or just tricks of the trade, all that business.
It's very satisfying to watch, so check out his TikTok, actually.
There you go. And you can find out more at jewelryforever.ca. Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She's the official hair and makeup artist of The Sit Down. She does our hair and makeup when we MC, like you said, if we MC a pageant, if I compete in a pageant, if we do a photo shoot, she is the person that we contact. She also does weddings, engagements, baby showers, prom nights, date nights.
You know, anywhere you need to be beautified.
Reach out to her on Instagram and Facebook.
And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
So simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do the show,
mostly live.
But we do the ads at the same time that we do the show. So it's like, it's week to week. What does that mean? It means you can personalize the ads week to week. Do you have an event? Do you have a sale? Something happening at a particular time, a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in a real time. It's a great new way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch, Radio Show Ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back. Hi, everybody. If you're just tuning in, well, you wouldn't just be tuning in because this is a posted video. So you're not going to start a video in the middle. But
if you are, hello.
If you are, we are here with Dani Latimer. Hi again. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. Yeah, we've just been talking about a whole bunch of different things. Pageantry, pageant directorship.
Tradership.
Yeah.
But Dani,
Puffins.
Huffin and Puffins. But Dani is also an amazing stylist.
So let's.
I do have to give her a shout out because even today, actually, someone commented or messaged me on Instagram, and it was your jumpsuit, your romper. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants one that we wore for Galaxy for fashion wear, and someone was like, "Where did you get that? Oh my god, it's so cute!" I'm like, "I rented it from the Pageant Stylist."
That's so cute. You know what? I feel like that suit has done the rounds. And it is amazing, and it makes you feel so sassy. You just want to like shake the hips in it because it's all the beaded tassels.
Yes. But you know,
and you look absolutely stunning in it.
Thank you. So I had a dilemma with my fashion wear for Galaxy Internationals. I got an outfit custom made from one designer. It didn't work out. And then I got another outfit custom made from a different designer. That didn't work out either.
Dude, never mind. I won't ask detail. Well, I'm just curious what happened, or does it?
It just
didn't look good. Didn't work.
It didn't fit the way that it should have been, and then one of them remade it to fit properly, which I don't understand because they're like, "Oh, well, your measurements are wrong." And so I used a different tape measure, and it was still the same measurements, and it was still wrong. And then
I doubt it would have been the tape measure.
But what's weird is that I was even on a video call with the other designer. Same thing.
I think it was just the design of it. It just wasn't working.
No.
Yeah, I can see that. Because even if something like fits you, like not every style looks right on every person.
But it didn't fit.
Oh.
The other one that got... So there was one that was made twice and then eventually fit. But then the other one that I was like, okay, I'm going to wear it. It just didn't fit. I couldn't close it. And then everyone's like, well, maybe you gained weight. And I'm like, well, one, that's rude. But no, I know I gained weight, but I gave myself enough buffer to know that this is not the situation. But anyways, fast forward, I was panicking and I freaked out and Dani came to my rescue.
Regine was like, can I ask your opinion on something? She sent me a photo. I was like, oh no.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not gonna work. I've got something for you.
And she's like, oh, it should fit you. I'm like, are you sure? Because we're not the same measurements. And you're like, no, it will. That's why I call it the Sister of the Traveling Fashion Wear.
Because it's like, it fit me when I was like a size UK 6, or like I've been down to like a 0 and it's fit me, and I've been like a UK 10 and it's fit me. So it's just one of those expandable. It's like a magic fabric, and it's great. It molds to your body.
Why couldn't I get that fabric from that same designer?
I mean, that designer was Molly.
I wasn't gonna give names, but
yeah. I mean, I can source that fabric if you need that fabric. I'm pretty sure Ikash uses that fabric for their gowns.
Yeah, because Ikash, a lot of their dresses, yeah. Because you wore an Ikash while you were in Toronto too.
Yeah, it's magical fabric. But you need to make sure that if you've got embellishment on it, that the embellishments, you know, like when you stretch the fabric, that they don't pop off, or like the thread breaks and stuff. That's the only thing you've got to watch out for.
So Ikash is a type of fabric?
No, Ikash is a designer based in Toronto.
Oh.
And they use that fabric.
Yes.
I see. And it's a stretchy fabric. Got it.
I feel like that jumpsuit or the romper will fit Scott too.
Yeah. I'll bring it next time.
Brotherhood of the traveling.
There you go. I can see him doing that too.
To it. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you know what outfit we're talking about?
I don't. Can you pull it up? I can actually have it show on the screen.
Maybe. It's like a white and silver, and it's like got a tassel skirt and some lace applique on the bodice. Lots of sparkle.
It's this.
It's super comfortable too.
Yeah, it looks great. Look at the walk, Regine.
Thanks.
Should we show the people?
Go for it if you really want to.
I mean, they can't see.
Give the
It's too
people
small.
what they want. That's
Yeah, you
it.
can see a
Right.
tiny little Regine walking there. There she is.
That
Anyway,
was
yeah,
one of my
that's-
favorite
that's-
outfits.
Looks great.
So the next
actually
time I
think-
compete,
I
I'll
actually
just
think
borrow
that
it.
outfit was better than my outfit that I wore for fashion. I gave it to you. I was like, oh damn! I should have kept
We should
that.
have switched. But you wore it for your your handover.
For handover, I wore it for handover. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
an old faithful. It's one of those, and if an outfit makes you feel good, then you can't go wrong
Mm-hmm.
because it
For
shows
sure.
on stage.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That makes sense. I try to feel that way for all of my clothes.
And that's why you keep the same clothes all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I only have clothes that like I would want to wear. You know what I mean? You know, some people like you have stuff that piles up in your closet. It's like no, like everything you have should be something you put on. It's like you think, yeah, you know. Otherwise, don't own it. What's the point?
I
like
use the Marie Kondo technique when it comes to clearing out
Does it bring you
people's
joy?
closets. If it doesn't spark joy, it's got to go. You say thank you for the memories and then move it on.
What I do is I clear out my closet like twice a year.
Oh.
So when so when I go from winter to spring, summer, or I guess fall and winter, spring and summer, I'll keep things, and then I'm like, hey, if I'm not going to touch this from now until whenever I purge again, I need to get rid of it.
Interesting.
But the only thing I can't get rid of are like, you know, when you compete at a pageant, you get like those T-shirts. I can't get rid of those T-shirts.
Yeah,
That's different. That's kind of like a
I can't do
sentimental-
it.
It's more of a souvenir.
Like I still have my high school uniform that was signed by everyone because I can't get rid of
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
It's got that
No,
same sense to it.
Yeah, I can see that. That's not quite the same thing because that's not like normal clothes. That's kind of like
But
But
when
I
you've
also have, like,
done
my-
that many pageants, you end up collecting. They take space.
oh.
I have to put them in a bin, and I've now officially moved them out of my drawers, and I put them in a bin in storage.
Why don't you get like one of those little? You can put T-shirt frames.
Yeah, but where am I gonna put that?
She's gonna have no wall space left.
I'll put it
It'll be-
behind us.
It'll be fuzzy walls.
It'll
have
take up.
fuzzy-
It'll take up the sign.
I mean, you could put some up there.
Shrine to Regine in the back.
Yeah.
The T-shirts. I'm gonna. So you are not in studio. Shocker! Surprise, everyone. Danny's actually not in person.
Even though it's the wall behind her,
it
it's the
literally
same color.
exact color.
What?
Behind Danny right now are a bunch of frames of all the artists that, not all, but some of the artists that Scott has recorded and worked with. I'm gonna put
yeah.
all my T-shirts on that wall.
You could add some actually. In fact, I gotta update that thing. I was thinking we should put some more recent guests on there. 'Cause some of those are pretty old.
So Danny, next time you're in Toronto and you're in studio, you'll actually see what we're talking about.
And maybe we'll put you on the wall too.
I want to
You
come to the
should.
studio.
You should
Let's make it. Well, yeah. Let's try to make it happen.
come to Toronto. Get on the next flight.
I know. I need to get out there.
It's been a while.
Yeah, see if you can get me working with a pageant out there or something, or maybe I can reach out to Miss Earth Canada and see if I could, do
Miss
something
Earth?
with them.
Miss Earth Canada is ran by, I think, Pageant Canada, something like that. And they have the Miss World title, Intercontinental. They have all of the. Not
they
all,
have
but
a
they have.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of that. I find that a lot with Earth, that there's, I think where us and maybe Netherlands, I mean, they tend to be a part of a pageant that crown multiple girls. So I'm really proud that, we just focus our sole efforts on finding our Earth Warrior, because not to bash, I don't want to bash anyone else, but for me, it's I need a girl that has a genuine passion for the environment. And as you can see from my current title holder, Grace, she has had this passion ever since she was a very small child. And I think sometimes if you have multiple titles up for grabs, it can sometimes feel like a consolation prize, or you might pick a girl that's not necessarily passionate about the environment. She might have been gunning for that other title, and then ended up with Earth, and then having to create an advocacy instead of it being in her DNA already.
No, I think that's really true.
Very proud to be an independent Earth-only pageant.
Well, Miss Earth Canada used to be its own entity. When I competed in Miss Earth Canada many years ago, it was ran by Ronaldo, and he had the franchise for years, and then it was no longer in his possession.
Oh, and I don't know if you want to. Has it gotten better or worse?
But you had really strong girls coming from Canada. Your Canada last year, Layla, she was a force. Like, her styling was on point. Like, she stepped into a room and she commanded it, you know. And she was super lovely. I know that Caris and Jordan said they had great relationships with Layla as well. Like, she was a genuine, down to earth good girl. So, you know, the caliber and the standard is there, and I think that's kind of part of it.
From what I experienced in 2012 or 2013 versus what I see Miss Earth Canada now, is you do have pageantry has obviously changed in the past 10 years. So when we were doing Miss Earth Canada, it was in Montreal, so in Quebec. And so it was definitely a lot different than what it is now, because now it's actually with a group or an organization where people do want to be there. The girls are actually, their caliber of pageantry is different.
And it's about the support as well. So if, you know, it's on the director as well on how much you can dedicate. I mean, there's some directors that crown the girl and go, okay, there you go, good luck. I'll book flights, off you go. Whereas
sometimes they don't even book their flights. Sometimes they don't even book your flights.
Sometimes they don't even book flights. Sometimes they go, okay, there you go. Well done, get yourself there and prepare yourself, and you know you're on your own now. Whereas I take a lot of pride in holding the hand of my queen and, you know, getting her gowns made and, you know, national costume, which I'm actually making myself. And going through the entire process with her, you know, and also giving her financial backing. You know, but part of my winner's prize pot is that she gets full styling and she's not expected to put her hand in her pocket at all when it comes to her outfits for the entirety of her year. Like, I have a full wardrobe, which I work with them, and I always say to Grace and Caris, if you see anything you like, send me the link. You know, we'll get it in some way or form, whether we have something made that's similar or I can source the actual item. The perks of, you know, working in the factories, you can kind of sometimes wangle some free stuff every now and then, or find someone that's going to be able to recreate that but tweak it a little bit to make it different. So yeah, directors come in all different shapes and forms, but I definitely pride myself on making sure that my girl is equipped and ready for the international job.
You need to bring your girls here.
Yes, I would love to. I would. You know what? More international travel is definitely something that I want my winners to experience. We fundraise. We hit our target fundraiser, so we raise over £2,500. I don't know what that is in Canadian.
That's double Canadian.
I think it's about
like
5,000.
Yeah. So we hit our goal, and if we hit our goal, it meant that the winner gets to go to India on like a mission trip, essentially.
Wow.
So not only is Grace getting to go to compete at internationals, but she'll also get to go to India and go and visit elephants in a wild sanctuary with Wildlife SOS is one of our charities that we support. Wow. So and these elephants are genuinely, I know some places they're like elephant sanctuaries. This is a genuine sanctuary where they roam free, and they're well looked after there.
Cool.
And all the people that work there are volunteers, and there's no kind of financial incentive in order to be there. A lot of these people are former professionals that have retired and then decided to dedicate their lives to protecting these gorgeous creatures. So she'll have that incredible experience. So, maybe a little visit to Canada at some point could be on the cards in the future.
There's a lot of, Canada's known for its like nature and environmental, I'm sure there's stuff.
Maybe not in Toronto.
Well, yeah, not Toronto,
I'm like, huh?
But
the raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny loves raccoons.
Raccoon capital of the world.
Danny loves whenever my camera at home catches a raccoon, I send her the video, and they get chunkier and chunkier.
They're so chunky, and they're now struggling to get underneath the gate.
They are. My husband, every time he sees that there's a raccoon in our camera, he's like, "Did you send that to Danny?" And I'm like, "Of course I did."
And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I watch it like 500 times.
I like them. I mean, they're quite a nuisance for a lot of people here because they love to just go through everything and you leave your garbage out. But I always found them cute, and I like that they have like little hands, and they're just they're smart.
They're very smart.
It's the videos. I mean, when they're caught red-handed and they're like,
yeah.
We send each other loads of reels of raccoons, and it's when you caught them in the act. Oh, they've got so much character.
They do.
Yeah. Like I feel like they would actually make really cool pets.
Some people have them as pets.
Yeah.
Danny has one as a pet. No, I'm kidding.
No. I mean, I've got the closest thing to it by having 2 ragdoll cats. There's should I grab one? There's one right here.
Go for it.
Sure.
Should we make an appearance, Morris?
Just going for the cat.
I realize it's 1 a.m. her
This
time.
is my raccoon.
Oh. Hello.
This is the closest I get to a raccoon.
You have the same eyes almost.
Yeah. Morris
with an M.
Morris. Hello, Morris.
Morris. Oh, and now Murphy's come in. We've got it. So I have brothers.
Oh, really?
Here's Murphy. Oh. Okay, Murphy's more camera shy. He's like, no, get me out.
He's like, no, ma'am.
They're like real life brothers?
They are, yeah, from the same litter.
Oh, cool.
They have the same
So
face.
they've been together their entire lives.
That's nice.
That's why I can't stay at her place if I ever go to Wales.
Oh, you're allergic to cats?
I am.
Oh.
I know, yeah. I just need to make some serious money and like buy a mansion, and you can live in the West Wing.
Well, we were talking about it because my mother-in-law loves going. Like, she went to Ireland last summer, and she's hoping to go to Scotland next summer. And I'm like, I want to go just so I can visit Annie in Wales.
Well, she's going to Ireland. She's going to Scotland. I mean, it's only
right
that you cover all the Celtic nations and come to Wales.
She'll probably go like the following year. So when she does that, then I'll tag along.
Yeah. You'll have to do it in May when we do Miss Earth Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful weather. That bank holiday in May in Wales. Always lovely weather. I haven't released any of the photos from the photo shoot that we did, but it was scorching hot. So much so that Grace actually got sunburned on her nose a little bit. Even though I was reminding the girls to put Factor 50 on, it was real hot on that day.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I think it was hot on our May holiday too.
I mean, it can be.
It probably was this year.
Yeah. I've had a few sunburned noses. I've talked about it on the show.
My mom fixed his nose when he burnt it.
Yeah, we were supposed to host an event, and I was on vacation right before.
And I said, make sure you put sunscreen on your nose.
And I did, but I think it washed off. But weirdly, only my nose. So it was just like my nose was like bright red. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
And then, I was like, I saw him. I'm like, Scott, your nose.
The thing is, I had gotten used to it. So that's why she was like, oh, you want me to put makeup? I was like, I don't think I need it. And then after she did it, I'm like, whoa, I look so okay. It was bright red. So
the power of makeup.
Right?
Yeah.
You were like, I was like Rudolph before.
He was.
Yeah,
he really was. It was like this.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
It's too bad you're not here because we do have a segment, but we'll get you on next time.
One day we'll get you on to do the Barrel of Monkeys challenge. Yeah.
One day.
We'll make it happen. Well, we should try like whenever if she ever has the opportunity to come, we'll just find a spot. We'll even come to you and do it. Like, even if you can't make it all the way to the studio, we'll just do an on location one.
I know we were aiming to do that when she was here for Canada Galaxy. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, but we'll
You should come back. Canada Galaxy is happening in October.
I'm down. Do you know when it is? Is it September or?
I think it's October. I just don't know when the dates are.
I may still be at Miss Earth this year.
It's not a Christmas pageant this time. Ooh.
The dates have not been confirmed. I haven't had the green light to book flights yet, but it's
Well,
whenever we've got tentative dates, but I can't book anything yet, unfortunately.
Well, whenever you find time to come to Toronto, we're definitely going to have you here in person. If not, we will continue having you back on the show just virtually. However, it is almost 1 a.m. your time.
Oh yeah, we're over an hour now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good thing I'm nocturnal.
Yeah, you are. She is. I've roomed with her. I love it.
All right, well then before we say goodbye, why don't one more time, if you want, just let us know any social media. I mean, we're going to put them all down below, and I know you have a lot of...
All 7 of them.
You don't have to list all 7, but anything you want people to know about, I guess.
Okay, so my personal one is at Miss Dani Latimer. If you want to... I don't really post anything interesting on there, to be honest, so maybe you don't want to go follow that, but if you want an insight on who I am as a person, I post more on there. For anything pageant related is at Miss Dani Latimer, director Dani Latimer. For Miss Earth Wales, it's at Miss Earth Wales. For styling, it's at the Pageant Stylist, and for photography, it is Dani Latimer Photo. I think that's
nice.
You don't want to follow my home account.
It's a cute account though.
Yeah.
It's very
I don't post
cute
on there
account.
much either.
Well, we'll put them all down there. You know what? They're all down below right now, people. So just go on down, click on them.
Click on them, follow them, support Miss Earth Wales. If you're interested in following or signing up for Miss Earth Wales, as she mentioned earlier, links are in the description, so make sure you go check it out.
Are open.
And it's a top tier experience. They're not just they don't put 800 girls in there. They want it to be a real joyous event.
Mm-hmm. Dani, what is your process for registrations? Because you mentioned an interview.
Yes. So it's a very simple application on the website that comes through to me. I'll look through the applications and then I'll invite you down for a Zoom call, essentially, where I kind of get to know who you are. You can get to know who I am. You can get to know what to expect over the weekend and in the run up to the finals. And it's really good for me to get feedback to know what you want to gain out of it, so I can tailor make your experience. There's a few girls that wanted to work on their presenting skills, so or wanted to up their game in their styling, or wanting to do more modeling. So I've got a few connections in the industry where I can help people expand their skill set. So, and then if you are successful from your interview, you will receive a finalist pack and then have all of the adventures in the run up to the finals.
Perfect. Sounds like a fun time.
Very cool. That's awesome. All right, so links are in the description, people. Get in touch. Regine, where can people find you?
You all can find me on my YouTube channel for the Pageant Sit Down, where we do sit down right now once a month with pageant finalists, pageant queens, kings. Both of these lovely people have been on the Pageant Sit Down, so if you're interested in knowing their backstory, go check it out. Link is in the description. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at It's Regine Alaina. And if you are looking for a pageant coach, it has been very busy nowadays. Pageant season is in full swing. I know there are a bunch of international pageants this month. So you can connect with me on Instagram at pageantcoaching.reginealaina. Link in my bio has my availability. So you can book a session there.
Boom.
Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here where you're watching this very video, youtube.com/scottdionbrown. That's the best place. It's where you get the sit down. Mm-hmm. It's where you get gaming, although not a lot of it lately. I've been busy, but
He's traveling.
Yeah. It's where you get the vlogs. It's where you get the music. It's where you get all the stuff. YouTube is my main focus.
I'm just Ken.
I'm just Ken. Link in description for that. Check it out. My cover version. It's there. I'm happy with it. Put a lot of work into it. Rollerbladed.
It's great.
It's fun stuff.
Watch it.
YouTube.com. You can also find me on Instagram and X at scottdionbrown.
X.
But those are really satellites for the YouTube channel. YouTube is the best place. Follow the show, The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok, The Sit Down with SDB on Insta, Sit Down Scott on X, The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown on Facebook. And you can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Mm-hmm. I don't actually know what they all are.
But you can find them there.
Yeah.
So yes, Dani, thank you so much for staying up super late.
Yes,
we appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast. I've had a really great time. I always have a great time with you guys.
Amazing. We always have a great time with you. We need to set up not a FaceTime call at some point so we can actually catch up. She's so busy. I'm busy. This is probably the first time we've spoken in like 2 months. So.
In a while.
It's been a minute.
I'm glad we were just able to, you guys were able to catch up a little bit.
You just got a little tidbit, yeah.
For the worlds to write together.
There you go. But no, seriously, Dani, thank you so much. I know it is late. It's 1 a.m. there. I do apologize for keeping you up late. But everyone who's tuned in, hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
Yep.
And hopefully, and congratulations to the new Miss Universe Great Britain.
Whoever she is.
Whoever she is.
You guys all know already. The people watching, you guys know.
Maybe she's watching. Congratulations.
Yep. And we will see you all when we get back. When I get back and we're live again.
I won't be back for another couple of weeks, but I'm not back until the 27th or whenever that Sunday is.
So I'll see you all by my lonesome
Fun.
next time. All right. Well, yeah, Dani, bye. Thank you for being here.
And everyone else, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, all of you. See you all next time. Oh, wait, hang on. I forgot. We have the split screen so we can all wave together. Here we go. There we go.
Bye.
Bye.